This unit is a counterbalanced, fully powered, power clamp head drum handling unit. So first thing we do is we wear stout shoes with good toe protectors on the front so you can't get them stuck under the panel at the back. We switch the unit on. We have a battery condition meter. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick this first drum up, which is 350 kilos, and put it in the corner. Then I'm going to stack this other drum on top of it. Not exactly the correct drums for stacking. You want the drum to actually socket into the top of the other drum. So let's start with the tiller. Pull the tiller down. We can see our battery indicator gauge, and we're live, ready to go. So use the throttles at the back to reverse. So as we approach the drum, this piece here must go underneath the lip, and this one goes over the top. So you can adjust the height on the tiller here. So if I just drive in nice and gently right in the middle, you can see when we make contact with the drum. So you can see there, this is under the lip, this is over the top, and this thrust pad here, which is at the base of the drum, goes round the bottom of the drum. So then here we have our clamp button, and we have a clamp pressure meter here. And when I press this clamp button, you'll notice the jaw close down on the drum. The needle goes up into a green section, and the green section says we've clamped it. We're really clamped at the pressure that we designed it to be. And we can see here, it's underneath the lip and on the top, and it's actually clamped that drum. On the tiller, we can lift and lower. So we have a little button here with an arrow saying lift. We press that, and we've lifted the drum. So now we can drive the drum into our simulated corner of a container. Okay, so we're right in the corner now, and then I can lower with the lower button. So as soon as I've lowered it, I have to press two buttons here to actually open the clamp. So keep them pressed because we need to fully evacuate the hydraulic pressure. So now the jaw is open, and I can actually just back away from the unit. So what I'll do now is steer into that next drum there. Again, make sure our height's good, but we already know we come off that drum. So I've come in, it's looking pretty good to me. Doesn't have to be exact. So as soon as it touches the drum, we can then press clamp. Watching our clamp pressure meter again, we're in the green. I can see there, it's under the bottom, on the top. So I'm very happy with that we have a nice clamp. We're also watching this green needle, making sure the needle is in the green all the time during the lift. If for any reason that wasn't in the green, I'd put the drum back down on the floor. So again, come to the tiller. I want to lift the drum, press the lift symbol. Don't lift the drum higher than you need while you're maneuvering around. Only lift it to the height you need when you're close to putting it on the next drum. So bring it forward. Okay, now we can lift it to the height we want. Drive it forward. Again, this is very adjustable, so nice and gently forward. When you get close to the other drum, we can lower it down a bit so we can see whether we're getting close to the target. And you can turn and maneuver in. So we're looking good there. That's as close on this type of drum as we're going to get. And then we can lower. And as soon as we've lowered, we can then unclamp again, 2 fingers. So the clamp now is fully open. Sometimes you may want to come down now just a little bit, just to take it away from the lip. So if I come down a little bit, okay, and then as I back up, the drum is in. As I said, these aren't exactly the correct drums because the diameter isn't correct for the drum to actually socket in the next drum. But you see the impression. If I want to take that drum off, come into the drum, nice and central, just steer it in nice and central. I can then press the clamp button. Make sure our clamp is good. Our needle is in the green, so we're ready to lift. Back up nice and gently. Lower down. Move in close to the other drum till we touch the back wall. There we go. Down. Unclamp again. And gently back away. So with this unit, it's very important that after you've finished using it, obviously the drum must be on the floor, disconnect your drum, switch your power key off, and also this battery condition meter will be live all the time. Because this is running on lithium batteries, this reads from the BMS in the battery system. So this unit, we would plug it into our mains power. So actually plug it into charge, so the unit is on charge all of the time. And this is the normal practice for a machine like this. If it's not being used, plug it into the mains. It's quite happy being left on all of the time. Just switch your power key off. And we also have an E-stop there. So if we press the E-stop, that will power the unit down. Okay, we're looking at the control system, control panel for the unit. First thing we see, E-stop. Press that down. Power is disconnected from the unit. Lift that up to put the power back on. We have the on-off key, so we obviously need to be in the on position. There's two keys there. This is a lifting lug, one on the front on the mast and one here. So actually lifting and taking the unit off a pallet and stuff like that. Here we have a label, and same on the mast, saying it's 350 kilo. It's a safe working load, so maximum drum weight 350 kilo. Important thing, again, any slopes, always go backwards down a slope, not driving down the slope forwards. Is very important. Here we have our clamp pressure meter. This is the lift and lower button. So if I press this, lift, goes up, press it, comes down. Horn. These are the throttles. If we rotate this forward, unit will go forward. If we rotate back, it'll go backwards. Auto reverse. So if you back into yourself and that button touches your body, it changes it from reverse to forward. So it's an anti-trap device. Then this is the battery condition meter. This will be live all the time. So even when the unit's switched off, this will be live all of the time, reading the batteries. And again, keep the unit plugged into mains when not in use. Now, on the tiller here, we have our clamp buttons. So I'm going to press the clamp button and you'll be able to see the gauge go up. But I'll just move the tiller a little bit so you should be able to see that gauge. So if I press clamp now, going up, going up, going up into the green. So give it a good time because it has a constant tension system with a hydraulic accumulator. So it's important we press the button long enough. Once it goes into the green, once the nitrogen cools a little bit, it will settle back just a little tad on the gauge, just a little small amount, but that's absolutely fine. You can top up at any time. So if we press it, we can top up the pressure. And then once we put the drum down on the floor, we have to press both of these buttons at the same time. And again, a good amount of time because we need to actually release all of that pressure that is built up in the hydraulic system with the hydraulic accumulator. There's limit switches on the tiller, so down here or up there, it won't operate. It has to be within an operational range to actually operate the butterfly throttles. Other than that, unit's ready to go. We're going to test this unit now on this slope. So this ground here is level and this slope up here is 7.4 degrees. So this is in excess of the slope the unit needs to cope with. There's adequate ground clearance at the back of the unit to clear from this transition from horizontal to the 7.5. And also please note that you should always drive up a slope and back down a slope. You shouldn't turn around and then drive down a slope. The next test is to show you it going down a drop curb. A drop curb should be nice and smooth, shouldn't have a big lip. The lip on this one is about 25 millimeters or something like that. It's just a lip in the tarmac simulating a drop curb. That's a bigger lip than you'd really ideally like, but the unit copes with it fine. Next test, this is uphill, like going into the container, going over this quite lumpy curb section here. It's got some divots out of the tarmac there.